Hello and welcome back. I am reading chapter 7 of my book, Seven Powerful Ways to Identify and Conquer Your Fears, Woman versus Freedom. And this is the last chapter of the book, and it's called Get Out of Your Comfort Zone. I know. This is easier said than done, but it's definitely easier than you think. You can do very small things which you wouldn't think are out of your comfort zone. For instance, the day that I set a date to release this book was completely out of my comfort zone. The decision to stick with it is out of my comfort zone. The thought of not going through with it is out of my comfort zone. Posting it on social media is out of my comfort zone. Holding myself accountable is out of my comfort zone. Don't even ask how before you take a moment to think about how you would feel if you went through with something you've always wanted to do. Something that would require you to do something you've never done before. It's the little things that can make the biggest difference. Send the email, make two connections, write down the business plan, and make the calls. Take the trip, get the business license, buy the domain name, and talk to a total stranger. Say no, say yes. Just do it, no matter the circumstances. The thought of failing again for the 345,896 time is definitely out of my comfort zone. And sometimes that is what it will take. The first step is actually doing. Just thinking about it won't get you anywhere. Here's your fearless reflection. This chapter is your fearless challenge. You have to get uncomfortable before you can conquer your fears. Visualize the end and stay focused. And that was chapter 7. I'm also going to read At This Moment. This was January 1st, 2015. The plan was to release this book today, New Year's Day. Things happened and I wasn't fully prepared, but I can say that my situation has changed a lot. Remember in the beginning of this book when I shared my story about where I was in my life? If not, read it now. My life has changed drastically in 2 months. This is what happens when you believe in yourself and you're writing. As I conclude this ebook, this is another chapter in my life that has been the most fulfilling. At this moment, financially, my bank account is balanced, my saving account is adding up, credit cards are current, credit scores are still low, but I put a plan in place to fix that. There is extra cash between my husband and I, my car payment is current, the light bill is current, the room that we promised our 4-year-old is finally a reality. We got the news on Christmas Eve and he will be in his own room just in time for his birthday, January 12th. Physically, I'm back at my normal weight. Mentally and emotionally, I am on fire. I am in a totally different place from when I first started writing this book. I have opened myself up to new people and stepped out of my comfort zone. I've even had to say no to a few people, but it was in a positive way and I felt great about it. I am no longer fighting with myself. I've learned to talk to God, let Him take control, and follow along. I've met some wonderful people, received a lot of wisdom, and became transparent with total strangers. No, I'm not saying it was easy. Maintaining the freedom and staying focused is always going to take some hard work. I'm still working on some things, but as long as I continue to pray and ask God to reveal things to me, I will continue to conquer freedom. Your journey begins. There is nothing more crippling than fear. It's the work of the devil, and I'm sure there are many people out there who would love to see you fail. Fear was my stumbling block for a long time. It was not a fun journey, but it was a lesson learned. I am here to help you and others get over the fear that is within. It's time to live. Remember to acknowledge God, keep Him first, and watch your life unfold. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Matthew 6:33, and that is the King James Version. So that is the last chapter of my book, Woman versus Freedom, 7 Powerful Ways to Identify and Conquer Your Fears. Like I said, I wrote this book 8 years ago at a time when it was a cry for help, but now I realize that it's a strategy for my life. And I just want to encourage you to get a copy of it. I'm going to rewrite this book. I'm going to make it into oh, y'all hear my baby crying back there. Y'all, this is life. It's summertime and my kids are home. And guess what? I still got work to do. So You can go to crystalclayton.com and get a free copy of this book. I know I'm going to rewrite this book, and there's going to be like a devotional type situation, journaling type situation to go with this. But now this is the strategy. And, at times when you do things in the past, like God may have you do something and you don't even understand why you're doing it. You just do it, right? And at the time when I wrote this book 8 years ago, I was going through so much stuff, y'all. Like, just, I was going through. And so when I wrote this book, I was like, just in what was the beginning of a process of deliverance, going through the valley and all kind of stuff. And now I understand that this is a strategy now in my life. It could be 7 keys to help a married woman get through some things in life. Because I was married, I had 2 children at the time, 2 young children. I was fairly new still to marriage and still going through some stuff internally. And when I wrote this book, I was just deep in some stuff. So this is now a strategy for me, and now I'm going to use this as a tool and a strategy for other women to help them get through, help them identify and conquer fears in their life. And really it's all about dealing with rejection and just showing up as the woman that you are. And when it comes to these chapters, it just helps you to see where you are mentally more than anything. What's your thought process? How are you dealing with life? How are you handling life, responding to life? Are you, fight or flight? Are you starting things but not finishing them? Like, this book was just, it was just just where I was in my life at the time. And now it's powerful. It really is. So I encourage you to go get it. I thank you for just listening. If you're at this video, chapter 7, and the ending of this book, I encourage you to go back and listen to chapter 1 through 6. They're very short. This is a very short book. But y'all, I'm learning now to just thank God for what I've done. This is a big accomplishment. But at the time when I wrote this, y'all, I felt so unworthy. I didn't see my life as a ministry. I couldn't make up my mind. I couldn't think for myself. I was deep in rejection and validation and approval and entitlement and jealousy and bitterness and anger and all this stuff. So what I wrote in this book, all right, y'all, so I don't even know where I left off, but my kids are calling. So I just encourage you to follow along on this journey with me. Go get a free copy. When you get this copy, no judgment. You'll see in the beginning that I say this is a judgment-free zone. I'm just here to create a community of women who are just looking for freedom. Woman versus freedom. Like, you're literally fighting for your freedom, and you can feel that, and you don't know what to do, how to do it, which way to go. This can be the strategy for that. Your freedom from rejection, bitterness, hurt, trauma, pain, things you've gone through that just have you in this mental prison. And our mindset is the first place that's attacked. Our mindset, and it just spills all out into our life. And we have the mind of Christ, and we can get through a lot of this stuff with the proper help, community, deliverance, prayer, fasting, all of these things that we're supposed to implement. As long as we seek God, He will send the resources, and He will tell you what you need. He'll send the people you need. He'll put you in the right place, in the right community. And I do believe this book is a part of that process for many women who are going through, who have gone through what I've gone through. Because y'all, I've been free from a lot of it, and it's still a process. You can't expect something to happen one time and then it's done. It's an ongoing process. You are constantly evolving. You are constantly growing into God and who He has called you to be. And fighting for that freedom, you can't do by yourself. First of all, you've got to have God with you. And then the community and the support and the people and the tools and the resources, the therapy, all of that stuff. So I encourage you to get this book. Thank you for reading along with me. Thank you. This right here is a testimony for me. This is just God getting all of the glory, because I did not understand at the time. It was a cry. But now that cry has become a strategy for life. So crystalclayton.com, go get the book. You'll see it as soon as you go on the website. No judgment zone, that's what I was saying, because y'all, this book was written, I've grown, but there's a lot of typos, the way that I said things. Yeah, so remember to glow, remember to affirm yourself, remember to do what makes you happy, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Remember that always. You can't pour from an empty cup. And if you are filled with so much hurt and pain and anger, that's where you're pouring from. So let's get free from that. Let's get free from the fears and things like that are keeping us, you know, in a prison and in a place where we don't want to be. So subscribe to the channel, share, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Crystal Clayton, Crystal_Clayton on TikTok, Crystal Clayton_ on Instagram. I'm also on Clubhouse. Go follow me there. Kingdom Business Network. Go join that room, and I'll have a room in there. So I'll see you guys.